Okay, it's time to talk about fear of weight gain again and how incredibly crucial, like I can't emphasize this enough, how incredibly crucial it is that you overcome your fear of weight gain if you expect to stay recovered. So I have, occasionally I'll have some clients who I feel pretty confident are in a very good place with recovery, with time are on the road and most likely are going to be fully recovered very soon. And then I kind of don't hear from them for a while, or they kind of are like, I think I'm there, and they move on with their life. And then months or years down the road, they reach out again. And I'm not telling you this to freak you out and say like everyone that recovers relapse, not at all. But the people that I see that are or do relapse are the people who didn't fully and completely overcome that fear of weight gain and continue to live in such a way that doesn't reinforce any kind whatsoever fear of weight gain. And so I also have found, I'm just talking about kind of some I guess tendencies or like correlations between clients who have very, very solid, strong recoveries and overshoot. So I feel like, and I don't talk a lot about overshoot because why? Well, when people ask it, they're generally asking it because they're terrified of it. And if they're at a place where they think they're going into overshoot, they just want me to reassure them that it is overshoot and that they're going to lose it. And I refuse to have that conversation because it is reinforcing fear of weight gain. And so when someone asks that, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's your overshoot or not, but whatever it is, you should accept it and anticipate it not going anywhere. That's what I say. However, when it comes to allowing your body to go places that it's never been, meaning weights that are numbers or sizes of clothing that you have never been before, allowing and accepting that to happen is where I believe some of the most solid rewiring happens. So in my own situation or my own recovery, I got to a place that I was probably, what I was close to. I wasn't weighing myself, but like based off of like clothing sizes and pictures of what I, recall me being before my eating disorder. I got to that place and I'd done a lot of pretty decent rewiring at that point, but I knew I still had tons and tons of rewiring to do. And I think if I would have gone into recovery thinking, I'm just going to get back to what I, think I used to be or what I should be or genetically what my body is or my set point based off of a stupid chart. I think if I would have gone into it like that and gotten to that place, I would have freaked out and I would have suddenly got locked into that body and I would have stopped all rewiring. I would have stopped challenges. I probably would have slowly started creeping back eating disorder behaviors. And I would not have, there's no way I could have fully recovered if I wasn't willing to go past that. And so was that my overshoot? I suppose you could call it that period where I got to a place where I thought, genetically at that time I was still crawling out of my skin. I wasn't like happy with that size, but I knew that was like, okay, that's probably roughly like genetically where I should be. And then I went past it. But that period where I went past it was where I did the most solid rewiring. Why? Because I was actively in a body that was bigger than I was used to. I was extremely uncomfortable in it, and I kept doing exactly what I knew I needed to do to challenge my eating disorder. I kept doing the hard thing. I kept doing the opposite of what my eating disorder wanted. I kept pushing past that fear. Whereas the first few months, eating that brownie right after breakfast or those brownies right after breakfast would help me to, feel like I'd feel justified in being able to eat it because, I've got all this weight to gain, or, I'm just at beginning stages, and it felt easier. Okay, yeah, I'm doing some rewiring there, but the real rewiring happened when I had gained a significant amount of weight and I felt really uncomfortable in my body, but I was still eating those brownies. That was me saying, in your face weight gain. In your face, I'm not afraid of you. I'm eating what I want, regardless of how scared I feel right now. And that period between like where I thought I should be and where my body wanted to go and end up is where that really, I feel like just really could get really solid rewiring and feel very confident that I was fully recovered. And so if you're listening to this and you're kind of in that position, I don't know where you are, what stage of recovery you're in, but you'll get to that kind of fork in the road where it's like, okay, do I stop and do I try to play it safe and just figure out how to maintain here? I've rewired some stuff, not fully there, but maybe I can just stay here, essentially quasi recovery. Or do I keep going, just be really brave and just radically accept whatever happens to my body? And I keep saying this, but honestly and truly, you do have to overcome that fear of weight gain. You do have to accept whatever your body is going to do. You have to focus on rewiring. That is the most important part of recovery. You have to focus on rewiring. And by doing that, you will overcome your fear of weight gain. And by doing that, your body is going to settle wherever it needs to settle. And it does want to thrive, by the way. It does. Over time, it's going to get to a place that thrives for you. Whether that be your overshoot, whether you are gaining more weight and you don't lose it, whatever it is, your body is going to figure that out. You don't have to overthink that part. I know that's easier said than done, but please, every time you start doubting and every time you start worrying about the fear of weight gain, redirect your attention to, what do I have to do in this very given moment to rewire my brain? And keep doing that. Your brain's going to want to go back to fear weight gain, and you're going to redirect it to, what do I need to do what do I need to do to rewire? Can't talk today. And then it's going to go back to fear weight gain, and then you're going to go back to, what can I do in this here and now to best rewire my brain? So that's my advice to you today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.